Bickering and ego cause discontent. To get back on track, stay objective. If I've learned anything from watching other tarot readers, is that the 5 in any suit is not good. No bueno. Remember we went through ace through 4 already, right? With all 4 suits. So remember, like in the 3s, the number 3, some of them were good, but one of them was bad, right? So like the 3 of Wands was about expansion. The 3 of Cups was about a celebration. The 3 of Swords, heartbreak, betrayal, loss, grief, right? Not good. And then the 3 of Pentacles was about collaboration. So that one was good. The 4 was kind of like that too, right? The 4 of Wands was about a celebration. The 4 of Cups was about not too good, about apathy, you know, boredom, stuff like that. But that's not horrible, right? It's just somebody who's disconnected, right? The 4 of Swords was about rest, right? If I remember correctly. And the 4 of Pentacles, again, was, well, that was about greed. Well, you can see that some of them were good, some of them were bad, right? The 5, oh, bad. Oh. So let's go with the ones. So I have my set here. The ones, this is from Rider-Waite. Oh, by the way, I'm in my daughter's room. She's on a trip right now to Ireland for her birthday. And I came in here and kind of tied it up for her, you know, because when you pack and stuff, things are thrown around. And the light coming in through the window was kind of decent because we're having a super rainy day right now. So I'm like, hey, let's do it right here. So if you notice all them people fighting, right? You hold it that way, the light's bad. I have a little light on. So the reverse says, compromise is needed. Be wary of who to trust. Adapt to challenges. I'm so glad I'm not learning the reverse, guys. I don't even watch readers who read reverse. I keep it moving. So it's enough to learn the upright, you know? So that's the Rider-Waite. Let me set that over there out the way. And then my Gourmet Tarot deck. It's a small card. The card is like the size of playing cards. They have some type of thing going on in that pot, like a fondant type pot or something. And it could be about conflict and fighting. There's a lot of fire going on down there. Sometimes I don't get what this card's trying to say from this deck, but sometimes I get it. This is the one I showed you when we started with them people fighting. Everybody was kung fu fighting. All right, so this is the Rider-Waite again from nope. Oh yeah, that's right. The one I just showed you was Gilded Tarot Royale. Okay, I hope the lights, I'm trying to show you so the light is not flashing. Cheap Timu deck, Rider-Waite again. But remember, we do this to get more context. It says tensions are high and you're in the midst of conflict, competition, or change that is impacting your ability to move forward. You and the others involved are unable to find common ground. Everyone is fighting to be heard, and yet no one is listening. Calm your storm and listen to what others have to say, even though it may not be easy to do. Try to be open and encourage productivity. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire. The key words are competition, debates, rivalry, conflict, disagreement, strife, tension, territorial, clashing egos, and petty. Ooh, 501's you petty girl. There was something in here that sparked an idea just now. Change impacting your ability to move forward. Are unable to find common ground. Okay. Something crossed my mind, but I forgot. It'll come back to me. So the Marchetti Tarot, this one right here. This is the 5 of Wands. Right? And then mine. So if you didn't see my video where I unveiled all my cards, I did a fruit kebab for this one. And they're fighting. See, fruits are down on the ground and all that stuff, right? Rivalry. This one was nice. I like how this one came out. All right, so let's go into the cups. 5 of Cups. The Rider-Waite says you are feeling sad and hopeless, heartbreak and disappointment. That's the 5 of Cups in the upright position. In the reverse, you are beginning to heal from the hurt you've suffered. Move on. All right, that's just for people who want to learn reverse, but I'm not going to spend time on that, okay? So if you notice, 3 cups are overturned and 2 are still full, so you still have some hope. It's the same thing here, we just don't see it on the bottom, right? And this is from the Gourmet Tarot. Tarot. I like to hear when the bots say tarot, they say tarot, tarot. This guy, why this guy look like Miley Ray Cyrus' dad? He looked like Billy Ray Cyrus to me every time I see him. 5 of Cups, and he has the cups there on the bottom too. 3 spilled and 2 not spilled. And this is from the Gilded Tarot Royale from Ciro Marchetti, and Ciro Marchetti also made this one. Okay, now let's go to the cheap Temu deck. Rider Waite, it says, you're suffering a big heartbreak, perhaps a divorce, breakup, abandonment, or bereavement, with all negative connotation that this card can bring. Ooh. There is the positive message that no matter how dire your situation, there's always a silver lining. For real though? For real? There's a silver lining? Where? Where? And then this is the Marchetti Tarot that I just showed you guys. That's his card for that. I don't see any cups. Oh, there's some cups on her head. Notice, there's some cups on her head right there. And then for mine, oh, I didn't even show you my deck. My deck, yes. From the Tarot a la carte deck. Julie reached out to me and she goes, you really produced a beautiful deck, Barbara. Oh, I'm so glad when she's proud of me. You don't understand, guys. I haven't even shuffled these cards yet. I'm still trying to get through before I start shuffling them, okay? So see, I did the cups there too. 3 empty, 2 full. Ramen, right? So let's go to the 5 of Swords, and it says fighting is not the best way to settle disputes. Find a different resolution. And then the reverse says the loss is not worth the fight. Regret or remorse must be communicated. So it's about fighting again for the swords, just like the ones, right? And that's from this one, okay? And then from the Gourmet Tarot, 5 of Swords. They have some dumplings there with forks and stuff going through it. I guess that can depict fighting. And then here come Miley Ray Cyrus, that again, Billy Ray Cyrus. I don't know why he looks like him to me. From the Gilded Tarot Royale. And yeah, he looked pissed. Look at that. And then from the cheap Temu deck, let's read what it says. It says Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Air, conflict, upheaval, loss, disagreement, competition, defeat, winning at all costs, sneakiness, bullies, theft, abusive relationship. Okay, so it says you're stirring the pot. You're stirring the pot and creating tension. You must think you've won, but all you've done is create. Okay. It says, you're stirring the pot and creating tension. You may think you've won, but all you've done is created a hostile environment and made an ass of yourself. Focus on repairing the damage before it's too late, because your reputation is on the line. What's more important to you, being right or isolating yourself from everyone else? That's a good description right there. And this is from Marchetti Tarot. And then mine, and that's why I did what I did with mine. Remember when it said you may think you've won, but you just made an ass of yourself. This is 2 people sitting down at dinner. This was the concept that I had in my brain. And they started to argue about something so stupid and petty. And they just like threw in the towel, so to speak. They have all these knives on the table, but they're not hurting each other with the knives. But, it's just like spaghetti was thrown. And when it's all done, the one that think he or she won probably says, who gonna clean up this mess? It's a whole story in my head, guys. And that's how it felt that day too, when I was making the mess. Joe saw me set up those beautiful tiles that we're supposed to print stuff on, right? And he saw me set up everything, and Jada had that spaghetti left over, and I had some hot wings left over. Remember I told you when I did my cards I was broke? And Joe says, what in the hell are you doing over there, girl? What are you doing? And I said, I'm making a mess like if we had a fight, you know? So that's the 5 of Swords. And I have all those swords in there too. All right, and that's from my deck. So the last one is Pentacles. I'm trying to get through the cards very fast now, guys. Did I show you? No, I didn't show you all the rest of these. I am dropping off. Did I show you this one? Yeah, I think I showed you this one, right? From the Rider-Waite. Make sure I have it all right. I think I'm just gonna set them weird. Okay, put that over there. Let's go into the Pentacles. And oh, this one looks so sad, right? And it says, don't be afraid to ask for help when struggling. Believe in your potential. And then the reverse says, the worst is over. Turn away from materialism and seek spiritualism. That's actually good, right? The reverse is actually better. So that's the Rider-Waite. The Gourmet Tarot. Everything looks dead and stale, right? Gilded Tarot Royale. I like this deck a lot. Gilded Tarot Royale. And then the cheap Tarot Timu deck says, times are hard and you're experiencing serious financial strife. You may have lost your job, your home, or all sense of financial safety. This has been a humbling blow to your ego and you're feeling isolated, but you may need to swallow your pride and seek help. Support is out there. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth. Financial loss, lack of faith, lack, mindset, isolation, I'm sorry. Worry, defeat, loneliness, need, poverty, insecurity, low self. Oh man, the print is so small on this thing. I struggle. I feel like I need to get my near glasses for this. Oh, this one depicts it so bad, so sad. Mine doesn't look as sad. Mine is just the 5 meat pies. You know, because back in the olden days, meat pies was like the cheapest thing for you to make. I did a meat patty one time, like an English one or something, where they used like steak, not ground beef. And you made it look like an empanada, right? Like a patty. And then you twist the bottom part of the dough to lock off the top part with the meat, and on the bottom part you put some jam or jelly in there to have a dessert. And they said the coal miners used to eat that stuff, and you make the crust on the edges kind of real super thick. And they said they used to hold it on the crust with their dirty hands from the coal, because they couldn't get their hands washed when they were in the coal mines, right? And they would eat the meat part, and then they would eat the dessert part, and then they would throw away the rest of that crust. So that was like poor people meal back in the day. So that's why I did the meat pies for mine, because it's about lack. But nowadays, if you can make some meat pies, girl, you rich. It says poverty, hardship, financial loss. That's what I put on my one, right? So that's my deck, of course. So I want to give you guys, I'm going to read from this at the end. You know, when I play my little ending, I'm going to come back and read the meanings from this. But I want to give you guys a quick little update on a read that we did a few videos ago. Remember, I was asking if I was going to get my payout from the AI stuff that I did way back in April, if I was going to get it like that week or whatever, and the thing showed the hangman or something. I'm like, oh God, pause. Well, there's a little update. There's 4 projects that was sold to the AI companies, right? And 2 of them was sitting there waiting forever to say paid out. It kept saying buyer reviewing. They're small amounts. They're $8 an hour because it's for like shorts or reels, and they use just a small segment of it. And I think in the long run, by the time the company who pays me get their portion, I'll end up with $4 an hour each for like 1 hour. So it's like a total of $8. It's not a lot. There were 2 other projects there. One I got paid for already, and my portion came to $52 for whatever they used. But there's another one that said paid out since October 31st. And that's been sitting there forever. And when I contacted that company where I can see what's going on behind the scenes, they're like, no, don't contact us. The other company that brought you to us is the one that's going to pay you. And so I contacted my manager there like 3 weeks ago, and he didn't respond. So Josh, my son, was like, don't worry, mommy, they'll pay you, because it's sitting there. We've screenshotted it. We can fight for it. It's like 51 hours worth of stuff. So it will come to like a good $2,500. I need my money, right? And my son Josh is thinking that when the other 2 says paid out, because it kept saying buyer reviewing, that maybe then they'll pay out for all 3. I'm hoping. I don't even want to throw the cards again right now, because I don't want to see another delay. But I'm just telling you that the card was right. It is delayed, and they said that the stuff is coming, but it's delayed. And so I just want you to know that there's some movement in the case. Okay, guys, from the Gilded Tarot Royale book, it says 5 of Wands, a competitive situation. Do your best for your own good and for the good of others. And then the 5 of Cups says a time of loss and mourning, feeling sadness over something that's gone. And then the 5 of Swords, time to regroup, meditate, and find your center, recharging your spirit, your spiritual strength to resolve the problem. And then the 5 of Pentacles says needing assistance with resources or money, being in physical need or pain, seeking out the support you need. So if it's a health reading, then you know what the 5 of Pentacles mean. But if a money or job reading, then you also know what it means, right? So I'm going to put everything away again now and pull out the 6, and hopefully I can tape the 6 before this day is done, okay? Because I'm trying to get through Ace through King, right? 14 different numbers, so to speak, so that now we can shuffle up our cards and start just having fun doing readings. If we get it wrong, we get it wrong. We're learning, right?